Hello everyone, it's Sam here from Solo SFX, and I thought I'd do a very quick video to show you two HDMI dongles that we've been using during our testing and that have blown us away. Now before we begin, it's worth mentioning that both of these HDMI dongles are USB-C. That's because all of the iPads we've been using during our testing of SOLOstudio version 3 have all been USB-C. Now if you need a Lightning version, I'm sure you can go onto the manufacturer's website for these two brands that I'm about to show you, and there will be a Lightning version. So don't worry, if you've got a Lightning iPad, there will be a solution for you. It's just we've not used them during our testing. And the second thing to mention is that unbelievably, neither of the two dongles we're about to recommend are the Apple official ones. Now, for some reason, probably to sell earphones, Apple didn't include the 3.5mm jack on their multimedia dongle, which just seems mad. However, both of the dongles I'm about to show you do have 3.5mm output, which means that you can input that audio feed straight into a PA system in the very best quality without having to strip it from the HDMI. So let's get into it. So the first dongle I want to talk about is this. This is the Anker 541 USB-C hub, and it is brilliant. It is made of metal for a start. There is a bit of a rattle when you tap it, but I think that's quite common in these sorts of dongles. But it is a fantastic bit of kit. It has outperformed pretty much everything that we've thrown. Honestly, everything we've thrown at this, it's just handled it like a champ. So what do you actually get for your money here? Well, you get the HDMI 30 hertz output. You've got the 60 watt input power there, which allows you to semi-fast charge. And then you've got a USB, and I believe this is 2.0 on this one. You've got the two SD card slots, which are for the micro and the standard, which is great for expanding your storage. And then you've got that trusty 3.5mm jack. And all of your ports are on one side, which is quite nice. So you can see them all from the off. You can plug in your charge, plug in your HDMI, plug in your audio, and know you're good to go. And then you've also got that USB-free for your external capture device, whether that's a webcam or a capture card. Now, the other feature of this that I absolutely love is this lip, which you can probably see there exists down the side. And that's really clever because it means that when you plug it into your iPad, it doesn't wobble. It's got this security. It's like a rubberized edge on it. So it's really nice. It sits really securely on your iPad and is an absolute bargain. It is £50. Now, compared to most dongles on the marketplace, that is probably a bit more expensive, but for what it can do, it's actually quite cheap. So that is our first recommendation. It's the Anker 541 6-in-1 USB hub. Okay, so our second recommendation is my personal favorite, and it is this. This is the Hyperdrive. Now, this is a 6-in-1 again. It's an absolutely fantastic piece of kit. On first glance, you'll notice it's slightly thicker than the Anker model, but unlike the Anker one, this one is solid. There is no rattle, there's no noise. It is absolutely like a tank. And the second thing you'll probably notice is that it's got these tactile buttons on there. Now, they're really cool. They're like what you get on a desktop keyboard or on a Mac keyboard. They're really tactile, really nice. Now, of course, these don't function with SOLOstudio PRO version 3 yet, but watch the space. But they are fantastic at controlling other apps like Spotify. And the other thing you might notice, again, is that it's got this lip on it. Now, that lip's brilliant. It adds security when you plug it in. But unlike the Anker one, this one is actually removable. So this is really cool. That actually comes off. Now, why would you want to take that off? Well, that's because they include this, which is an adapter, which I think is brilliant. It's like an extender and adapter. You plug this in, and now that attaches nicely, and it means that you've got an extra bit of flex from coming from your iPad to the cables that are resting on the table. So it takes the strain off the USB-C port on the iPad and puts it onto this flexible silicon-like cable. So that's a really, really clever idea. And I really, really love that that's included in the price of this. It's really, really cool. So anyway, let's talk about the ports. Well, it's got everything the Anker's got, but just a tiny bit better. So we've got the 3.5mm output, and the audio codec that runs on that is fantastic. The quality of the audio is amazing that you get coming out of this. You've then got a USB 3.0. So higher data transfer rate, fantastic for HK inputs or HK capture cards. HK, 4K. And then you've got the two SD card slots, again, expanding memory. You've got the USB-C for high rate charge there, which is 100 watts, I believe. And then on the end, you have the HDMI, which runs at 60 hertz. So slightly better quality HDMI. You've got the high power charge cable, you've got the two SD card slots, you've got a USB 3.0, and you've got the high quality 3.5 millimeter audio jack output. And you've got the 3 buttons you can use in other apps. And you get this external kind of extension piece, which I just think is fantastic. I think it's brilliant that they give you that, because you'll probably pay extra for that, but it's included in the price, and this unit will set you back about £60. Now, it does depend, obviously, when you buy it, but it's roughly £60 to £70. I think this is an absolute bargain. It's outperformed any other dongle that we've tried, and we've tried some £180 ones, and this has performed better. So if you're in the market for a new dongle, you want something low profile and something high quality, I cannot recommend this hyperdrive one. It's the HD449 model. And I would get onto Amazon right now and I would snap this up because it is a fantastic piece of kit. Okay, so there we have it. Those are our two recommendations for USB-C HDMI dongles with 3.5 millimeter jack output. I hope you found that useful. And if you've got any questions, leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.